One Atom Hand. This is what I watched for this month, and we'll be starting from the 3rd of April. I watched Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Yes, I'm a grown man that went to see Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Don't you judge me. But yeah, I did enjoy it. I did like the first one. It was entertaining. Obviously, Sonic has a new threat, who you'd know from the video games if you know the video games. But it's funny, entertaining, and good CGI. And of course, Jim Carrey is probably the highlight of this, given it is all as Dr. Robotnik. So yeah, I'll put it this way: if you like the first one, you should like this one. Also, on the 3rd of April, I watched Hellraiser Hellseeker. Is it the 6th, I think? Yeah, 6th. I could be wrong. And yeah, I've been going through some of the direct-to-video Hellraiser films. First one I watched, Inferno, I thought was pretty average, and clearly just, clearly it was a script for another movie where they just shoehorned Pinhead into it. Wasn't good. I watched Hellraiser Hellseeker, slightly better. At least we got Kirsty Cotton back, played by Ashley Lawrence, of course. It's still a pretty average movie, the synopsis, so spoilers if you haven't seen it. Kirsty Cotton is now all grown up and married. Her memory of the events that took place back at her parents' home and the mental institution have dimmed, but she's still traumatized. A fatal car crash kills Kirsty. Now her husband finds himself in a strange world full of sexy women, greed and murder, making him believe that he is in hell. It was slightly better than the other one, but still a pretty average and not the most memorable. I watched it a few weeks ago and I barely remember it, to be honest. But as always, Doug Bradley was good as Pinhead. But yeah, I'm not sure how bad the rest of these are going to be. See, on the 8th of April, I watched Ambulance, which is directed by Michael Bay. It's about two brothers, one who's adopted, who decide to do a major heist, which of course, because this is a movie, something goes wrong, and they end up taking an ambulance and a paramedic hostage. And yeah, it's pretty much just one long chase, to be honest. I mean, it was okay. Michael Bay does have a tendency to do a bit too much shaky cam, which doesn't always make it more exciting, just makes it more annoying. There is some decent stunts, and I will say it's an intriguing concept, and some decent performances, but not great, I'd say. It's I'm trying to think, what's the word? Just okay. On the 10th of April, I watched The Lost City, which is the action, adventure, romance with Sandra Bullock and Channing Tatum. And I'll give you the synopsis. Follows a reclusive romance novelist who was sure nothing could be worse than getting stuck on a book tour with a cover model, until a kidnapping attempt sweeps them both into a cutthroat jungle adventure, proving life can be so much stranger and more romantic than any of her paperback fictions. Yeah, so Sandra Bullock, Channing Tatum, and Brad Pitt are in this. I'll just put it, it's adequate, I think is the best way to put it. It's nothing spectacular. Some similarities to Romancing the Stone, I guess, but it's nothing special, and you know where these two characters end up. I mean, yeah, I was halfway through it and I knew how they'd end up, you know. I'm sure even if you haven't seen the movie, you'll guess it. But yeah, not awful, not great, just passable. Yeah. On the 16th, I watched Everything Everywhere All at Once. I got to go to the film because I got to try and explain it. The synopsis is: an aging Chinese immigrant is swept up in an insane adventure where she alone can save the world by exploring other universes, connecting with the life she could have led. Unfortunately, this sweeps her up into an even bigger adventure when she finds herself lost in the infinite worlds of the multiverses. This was one of the weirdest movies I've seen this year. But I will say, I mean, it's got a pretty good cast. Michelle Yeoh, Ke Huy Quan, who most people would remember as Short Round from Temple of Doom, and of course Data from Goonies, James Hong, Jamie Lee Curtis, but it's so strange. It goes into weird places. There's some decent action scenes, but I found this way too weird, to be honest. And I don't mind weird, but sometimes you just go too weird and it's like, what the heck is going on here? Yeah, so I'll give it credit. It's unique. I mean, the multiverse is everywhere these days. I've even got a multiversion person of myself here. I like turtles. Yeah, he's from a universe where they only speak in memes. Well, that escalated quickly. On the 23rd, I watched The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. This is the Nick Cage movie where he plays Nicolas Cage. He's unfulfilled and facing financial ruin, so he accepts a $1 million offer to attend the birthday of a superfan. But then he's tasked with joining up the CIA. I'll say it's not great, but it's enjoyable, and watching Nick Cage basically send up himself. He's a good sport. Most people think he's a treasure, or a national treasure. Thank you. But yeah, look, it is fun. It's watchable. It's very entertaining. And yeah, and there's good chemistry between Pedro Pascal and Nicolas Cage. And if you like Nicolas Cage, it's worth a look. On the 25th of April, I watched The Northmen. The plot is Prince Amelith is on the verge of becoming a man when his father is brutally murdered by his uncle, who kidnaps the boy's mother. 2 decades later, Amelith is now a Viking who's on a mission to save his mother, kill his uncle, and avenge his father. First off, visually, this movie's great and some decent performances. One weird accent by Nicole Kidman. I know some people didn't have a problem with it, but I found it weird. Or just murky, I guess. I'm not saying she's a bad actress, she's a fine actress, but I just thought her accent sounded murky. It's well shot and well acted, but I seem to be the only person who just couldn't get into it that much. Yeah. Haven't really seen any other Robert Eggers movies either, but I don't know if they're all like this. It was just weird. And to be honest, I must be the only person who couldn't get into it that much. I wanted to enjoy it, but I found it, I don't know, it's a bit weird, I don't know. It's well made and well shot. Some good acting. Weird accent by Nicole Kidman. I think only me and one other person noticed that. But yeah, I just couldn't get into it. Did get a bit weird sometimes, especially at the start, is where I'm going, why is this happening? I'm trying not to give too much away. Yeah, but I'm just about the only person who couldn't get into it. But like I said, like I always say, this is just my opinion. Yeah, so that's pretty much all I'm up to on what I watched. Let us know, have you seen any of these and what did you think? Like, comment, subscribe. I'm Adam and I'll see you again soon.